The Surfside condo collapse in June. Our CBS-12 News I-team has been following the efforts to protect people living in high-rises and how strict new inspections could change a lot of things for people living in condos in South Florida.
And Boca was first, but other towns, cities, and counties are working on their own new safety rules. Rules that have management companies, condo boards, and residents butting heads over what needs to be done and how much it might cost.
And as I-team chief investigator Mike Magnoli tells us, some people on a fixed or limited income are terrified they could lose their home.
Now, we all want a beautiful place in which to live, but we need to prioritize.
Fred Hadley lives in Century Village, west of Boca Raton. 13 years ago, when he moved in, he was charmed by community living, the pools, the tennis courts, and he still loves those amenities. But right now he's mad because he says condo management is not preparing for the detailed safety inspections and the likely mandatory repairs, which are certainly coming in the wake of the tragedy in Surfside. For instance, Fred points to these flower beds in front of his building on Cornwall Drive. Beautiful, he admits, but they cost thousands of dollars a year to keep up. So last month, he suggested to management that the condo board use the flower money to hire an expert to assess whether their cash reserves are sufficient.
And it was shot down.
Fred knows Palm Beach County officials are in talks to require reinspection every 10 years for buildings built before 1982, like many in Century Village. If inspectors find problems that need to be fixed right away, that means money in a hurry.
The people at Champlain Towers in Surfside were hit with a $38,000 per unit special assessment, which is a serious impact even for people living in a ritzy oceanfront property. It would certainly be a disaster here.
And that $38,000 was just the tip of the iceberg. A bill like that indeed would be a disaster for folks like Joan Johnson.
And what amount are they going to assess you for?
Joan lives here in one of the other 5,700 units in Century Village. Many residents, like Joan, are retired, and they have to be careful with their finances. A special assessment could easily climb into the thousands. If it does, Joan says she'd have to leave the condo that she's called home for 13 years.
Well, I guess I'll be moving. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Joan pays about $600 a month in condo fees. Now, some of that goes to the recreational facilities and some to building maintenance. After Surfside, Joan says she wants to know exactly what is going where. And she says for a few months, the recreational budget could go onto the back burner.
Only to fix what is absolutely necessary. I mean, these buildings are 40-some-odd years old.
The A-word, assessment, is always traditionally a dirty word in condo or co-ops.
Fred says he and his neighbors deserve to know what's coming so they can prepare to pony up the money or find somewhere new to live. Okay, some condo boards that I'm talking to for this investigation say, though, Mike, it's not productive to have a company come in and tell us that we don't have enough money, right? Why do we want to do that? But residents feel like that would be proactive. At least you're getting a roadmap of what might happen over the next couple of months when these inspections, come down the line. So they're saying, let us have a sense of what we have to work with here.
Let's get a sense of how much money we're talking about here. So in Surfside, the condo association didn't have the money to fix everything that was wrong. So how short were they?
That was tricky. They were short $14 million.
Wow. I mean, it's still more than just a little bit short. It's a lot of money to make up.
Sure.
All right, Max. Thank you very much.